everyone, myself Aarthi. I am from BA LLB. Now I am discussing about the Vishaka versus state of Rajasthan. Many women are treated as a objectives and they are subjected to a physical and mental torture at their working places. These are violated their fundamental rights provided under the Indian Constitution. Banwaris Devi's case is one of the most significant among the cases of women's safety. This case paved to the way of Vishaka's guidelines. A group of non-profit organizations who work towards the safety of women filed a petition in the Supreme Court for the seeking of justice of Banwari Devi and thereby appropriate punishment for the men who involved the gang rape. They filed a public interest litigation by the name of Vishaka and contended that the fundamental rights of the Banwaris Devi were violated, and they also sought for the new set of guidelines for new set of guidelines for the protection of women. And the judgment is given by the Supreme Court by the three bench judges, which held on the fundamental rights provided under the Constitution of under the Articles 14, 19, and the 21. The sections as of 354 and 354A on the Indian Penal Code for the protection of for the sexual harassment of women at their working places, and the judgment is given at the date of 13th August 1997. The court brought out the Vishaka's guidelines for the protection of women at their working places and provide the safe environment for the protection of women. Objectives and needs of the Vishaka's guidelines. After Banwaris Devi's incident, many women came on streets and arguing their rights as citizens of India and arguing the government to take necessary actions to prevent ill treatment of women. At that time, the legal system of our country do not have proper legislation to ensure the safety of women and provide justice and fair punishment who involve the heinous crimes on rape and the sexual harassment. The definition of sexual harassment according to the Vishaka's case, the Supreme Court scope of that it defines the sexual harassment is unwanted sexual determination which is directly intended to cause the following physical contact or advances, sexual demand or request for the sexual favors, sexual colored remarks, and sexual pornography, showing the pornography. And at last I conclude that Vishaka's guidelines are the Vishaka's guidelines have now been superseded by a sexual harassment of women Prevention, Prohibition, Redressal Act of 2013. The Vishaka's guidelines is the most significant guidelines which have to believe and to have helped to development the Act of 2013. Thank you.